Again, reporting from new cases over the weekend. But the county still hit a milestone with more than 5,000 positive test results now since March 14th when we first reported cases. Another number we are closely monitoring is hospitalizations. 6 more people were admitted to hospital since yesterday. The state health department is set to give us their update on cases statewide this afternoon. Look for those developments starting on Channel 11 News at 5.
Breaking news from the Penguins. The team is voluntarily sidelining 9 players on the first day of training camp. The team says that those players potentially had secondary exposure to someone in contact with a coronavirus patient. Players are on the ice right now for their first training camp practice. It is phase 3 of the NHL's return to play plan. 34 players were expected to take part in the 13-day training camp at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. The team says they learned about the possible secondary exposures yesterday, and in a statement says the decision to isolate this group of players was made out of an abundance of caution in an effort to avoid exposure to anyone else within the organization. The 9 players will not participate until they are deemed safe in accordance with NHL protocol and further test results.
Several Catholic churches in the South Hills are shut down after a worker tested positive for COVID-19, and it's impacting 5 churches. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer has the developing details in Baldwin.
The employee who tested positive was here at St. Albert the Great, but as a precaution, this and several other buildings are temporarily closing. Pray for those affected by the coronavirus, seen on a sign outside of a church that's now impacted too. Channel 11 confirming 5 churches and other buildings part of the Blessed Trinity Parish will be closed this week for extra cleaning and sanitizing after an employee tested positive for COVID-19. That person was at St. Albert the Great in Baldwin. To be extra cautious, church leaders won't be holding daily mass there or at St. Basil and St. Wendelin in Carrick, Holy Angels in Hayes, and St. Sylvester in Brentwood. Church leaders have also informed the health department, notified all staff, advising them to contact their doctors for guidance, while those who were in direct contact with the person who tested positive are being tested too. Leaders say all are following self-quarantine guidelines. And in a statement, church leaders say they're taking this very seriously. More on their reaction coming up tonight at 5. Back to you.
5 residents at a Beaver County nursing home have tested positive for COVID-19, and they are now in quarantine at Concordia at Villa St. Joseph in Baden. The nursing home is keeping a close watch on other residents for any signs or symptoms of the virus. Asbury Heights in Mount Lebanon is also dealing with new cases. 1 resident and 5 employees have been diagnosed. UPMC is working with the health department and following protocols to limit exposure. Since the start of the outbreak, Americans have heard from infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci, but there's a growing rift between Dr. Fauci and the White House. And it hit a peak this weekend with the White House sending out what amounted to opposition research on Dr. Fauci. It included interviews or statements he made early in the pandemic that proved inaccurate later as an example of his misjudgment. Fauci has openly disagreed with President Trump, most recently saying just last week that few states had the virus under control and that we were not doing great compared to other countries in containing it. The president said in an interview last week he disagrees with Fauci and said, quote, "I think we're in a good place."
A big day for Kennywood. It is finally reopened to the public. The park opened at 10:30 this morning. If you want to visit, you have to buy tickets online, and when you go, you'll need to wear a mask, wash your hands, and social distance masks. Masks can be taken off on water rides and designated mask-free zones. The park opened to season pass holders last Friday. Disney World opened over the weekend with new rules, including mandatory masks and social distancing. There's also a record number of COVID-19 cases in Florida over the weekend. The state is now the epicenter of the pandemic. Texas is also spiking and considering another shutdown. NBC's Kerry Sanders has more on the surge.
Sunbelt hotspots are spiking. Florida setting a national record, reporting more than 15,000 new cases of COVID-19 in a single day. At its worst, New York reported slightly more than 11,500 in a single day.
I think something needs to be done, and something needs to be done now.
The unwanted surge comes after the state received over 140,000 test results in just one day. On Saturday, Florida's governor repeated his claim that people trying to escape the heat by going indoors may be to blame.
When it's hot, people would rather be, inside in enclosed, air-conditioned spaces. It is going to be a better vector for transmission.
This morning, some Florida communities are rolling back reopenings, closing indoor dining at restaurants, and in Miami-Dade County, a renewed 10 p.m. curfew. Despite the rise in positive tests, Walt Disney World welcoming tourists. Temperature checks and face masks required. But outside the park, Florida's Governor DeSantis is steadfast in his decision that he will not mandate masks. A stark contrast to Texas, where Governor Abbott ordered mask wearing statewide.
I made this tough decision for one reason. It was our last best effort to slow the spread of COVID-19. If we do not slow the spread of COVID-19, the next step would have to be a lockdown.
Florida breaking another record in the last 7 days. 73 people a day dying from coronavirus. 3 weeks ago, the number was 30. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Miami Gardens.
More states have been placed on Pennsylvania's travel quarantine list. If you visit Delaware, Iowa, Kansas, or Oklahoma, you're being asked to self-quarantine for 14 days after you return. 15 other states were already on the list. We have the quarantine list up right now on WPXI.com. United Airlines plans to furlough nearly 70 workers at Pittsburgh International Airport. This comes as the airline announces plans to lay off roughly half of its workforce because of COVID-19. According to the company, travel is down almost 90% compared to this time last year.
Allegheny County police are looking for a man they say is responsible for a deadly shooting. Police say Kelvonte Moore shot and killed another man at the Green Valley Flats apartment complex in North Versailles last week. Investigators say he frequents the Duquesne area.
This video is sparking protests. It shows a police officer in eastern Pennsylvania with his knee on a man's neck. It led to protests in Allentown, and a Black Lives Matter group is demanding that officer's suspension. Police say officers found the man staggering toward a hospital ER Saturday. When they approached, they say he got violent with them and spit on them. Police say the officers restrained the man in order to get him help. They say they held him down so he wouldn't attack hospital workers.
We're done thinking that people think that it couldn't happen here, and it has been happening, and it has happened again yesterday. So it's enough is enough.
There are other videos of the incident. Police are looking at them now. More protests are planned this week.
A Westmoreland County teenager organized a Rise Up Against Racism event over the weekend. 17-year-old Trista Armstrong said she wanted to educate her community on how people of color are treated. Police officers took part in yesterday's event in Lower Burrell along with other high school students.
If you just turn on the news, you see there's something going on in our nation, and we need to make a change. And I have a voice, and young people, I feel like, have been behind this Black Lives Matter force. So that's what inspired me to use mine.
The event ended with a lantern release and a moment of silence for two fallen police officers, Brian Shaw and Officer Derek Oteki. The Washington Redskins announced today that the team name and logo will be retired. This comes just 2 weeks before the start of training camp. The team has been pressured for years to change the name. A few weeks ago, several prominent sponsors, including FedEx, called for the change. The new name has not yet been revealed. Popular choices on social media are Warriors, Red Wolves, and Red Tails.
Some sad news out of Hollywood. Actress Kelly Preston has lost her battle with breast cancer. Her husband, John Travolta, announced the news on Instagram. Preston died following a 2-year battle against cancer. Travolta writing, she fought a courageous fight with the love and support of so many. The couple had been married for 29 years. Preston had 2 children with Travolta.
New at noon, a building project that will change the look of Oakland is now underway. A research tower is going up on 5th Avenue in the heart of Oakland. Channel 11's Mike Holden got a closer look at the project and the impact it will have for the next 2 years.
Prepare for some potential delays for the next 2 years right here in Oakland. A major project is underway that's expected to take this area literally to new heights. Construction crews have broken ground and started work on the highly anticipated Innovation Research Tower. It is located right here at the corner of Halkett and 5th Avenue, just steps away from Carlow University. Walnut Capital is behind the $50+ million, 280,000 square foot project. The 10-story building, which takes up one block, will house laboratories, office space, and street-level retail. With growing excitement, though, also comes some traffic restrictions. Construction will reduce 5th Avenue from 3 lanes to 2 lanes right in front of the project between Chesterfield and Robinson. And the Port Authority's lane will also briefly shift over. Drivers won't be able to turn left onto Halkett from 5th. Regardless, folks in the area say the project will do great things for the community.
No, I think it's a great thing to have more, resources and businesses and development in Oakland. I think it'll help with jobs and with making Pittsburgh a good place to come to work.
And the entire project is expected to be completed sometime in July of 2022. We're now checking in with local business owners about the impact on them and how they believe it may boost business with the whole pandemic that continues to drag out. That part of the story is coming up for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting in Oakland, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
2 local JCPenney stores that were slated to close this year are getting a second chance. According to the Trib, the stores in the Monroeville Mall and Beaver Valley Mall will stay open. The company filed for bankruptcy in May. The Pennies at Pittsburgh Mills and Clearview Mall are still set to close. We have a few days before temperatures go soaring up again.
And meteorologist Scott Harbaugh has his forecast now at Severe Weather Center 11. Scott?
Yeah, not a bad day today. Matter of fact, temperatures right now only 76 degrees, northwest wind at 5. What that's doing is driving in drier air. So the dew point Pittsburgh Beaver right now only 59 degrees. Actually feels relatively refreshing outside. Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar scanning the skies. Had a quick shower pop up, try to cross over the Mon River, but that's since dissipating. We'll see an isolated shower this afternoon. Can't completely rule out a stray clap of thunder, but for the most part, it's a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures pushing to about 81 degrees. I am tracking when the 90s return and how many days in a row. We're going to have to contend with the heat again. Full forecast coming up in about 6 minutes.
Roll it over to next July, keep our money. Well, that really wasn't an option.
This local woman is out a lot of money after coronavirus canceled her vacation. 11 investigates what you can do if this happens to you.
And there's a big debate on how to get kids back into the classroom, the lessons we can learn from other countries.
Channel 11 covers weather everywhere you live.
And we have the experience to get it right. We know the unique weather patterns across our neighborhoods.
That's why it can be raining in Beaver County,
while it's dry in Westmoreland County.
Weather coverage you can count on.
You have questions. Will my business bounce back? Should I advertise? Can I afford not to? Look to us for your answers. We're Studio 11 Pittsburgh. Award-winning video production that works.
Watch Catherine Amenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
A restoration company spent time working on the World War I statue in Lawrenceville over the weekend. They repainted the names of those who served in the war. The Doughboy statue was vandalized on Memorial Day with red paint.
People are supportive. Actually, people have brought us drinks, and they come and they show where their grandfather or relative is on the board, so it's really been great.
Police and the FBI are still investigating who did that. So far, no arrests.
The Buena Vista swimming pool in Elizabeth Township is reopened after a building there was set on fire. The pool manager shared this picture with us. You can see that the building that caught fire is now blocked off. The fire happened Thursday morning. County police arrested two 13-year-old boys who admitted to starting the fire by throwing Molotov cocktails at the building, which contained the bathrooms and the lifeguard area. A fundraiser will be held to raise money to rebuild.
Debate is raging here in the United States over reopening schools as COVID-19 numbers rise across the country. In parts of Europe and Asia, where the virus is less of a threat now, millions of kids are already back at school. American educators may be able to learn from their successes and slip-ups. NBC's Molly Hunter reports from London.
It's a rare sight and rare sound these days, at least in America. In recent weeks, hundreds of millions of kids across the globe have gone back to school.
Glad to be back, a bit nervous.
Denmark was the first in Europe to reopen schools, and we were there. They started with pods of 4 or 5 kids, enforcing the 2-meter rule.
Will you guys show me 2 meters?
And the kids were psyched.
What did you miss the most? Do you miss your friends?
My friends.
Meanwhile, in Thailand, masks, the smallest face visors, and lots of hand washing. Across Asia, masks are mandatory. And in South Korea, schools opened, then closed, then reopened with temperature checks and plastic dividers. But when European schools started opening, they only did it when cases were dropping. And in Norway, so far, it's working.
You have to remember that COVID-19 outbreak in Norway has been, pushed back. So the situation is completely different from, for instance, compared to the States or Brazil or something like that,
Here in the UK, author Sarah DeGeed, wife of an NBC cameraman, like so many moms, worried all the new precautions might be a bit overwhelming.
It was this weird sci-fi world where my 4-year-old, who really doesn't understand, was going to be picked up by teachers wearing gloves, with thermometers, with face masks. So I just thought, this is going to terrify him. He's never going to want to go back to school again.
But actually, their littlest 4-year-old Addie was just fine.
Literally not a tear. I was apoplectic, him not a tear, not bothered.
But they didn't send their eldest Jago back, and now looking ahead to the fall, it's wait and see.
She's worried about summer travel, open borders, people, of course, moving around again, and whether that second wave is going to come back this fall. Molly Hunter, NBC News, London.
The Pennsylvania Department of Education has launched a website showing school districts' COVID-19 health and safety plans. You can click on your county. You can find your school districts in Allegheny, Beaver, Butler, and Westmoreland counties, and they've submitted their reopening plans to the state.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
It's actually fairly comfortable this afternoon. Temperatures in the 70s, humidity not really a big deal. 73 in Greensburg right now, Pittsburgh 76, Butler currently at 74 degrees. Visible satellite, we do have some clouds forming again. We had some clouds to start the morning too. There's one weak little wave coming through the area during the course of the day today. That could drop a shower in a spot or two as we go through the afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar live scan right now. Got a couple of sprinkles just south of the Mon River right now, approaching McKeesport, Duquesne, near Kennywood Park right now. Really quick stuff. And as we go through the afternoon, any showers that do develop won't last very long. You can see this wave of cloud cover goes all the way back to the Great Lakes. We'll kick this through this afternoon. Dissipated tonight, then tomorrow should be a fairly sunny day as temperatures once again begin to warm up tomorrow. Here's Storm Tracker, 1 o'clock, showing some showers mainly from Pittsburgh south by 4 p.m. Most of them down toward the Mason-Dixon line. So the farther north you are from Pittsburgh this afternoon, the less of a chance there is of seeing any rain showers. The farther south you go, better chance of picking up some. But even what you pick up south of Pittsburgh should be relatively quick. By 9 o'clock tonight, pretty much gone. A pretty decent sunset across the area. Then skies will clear out overnight tonight. For the kids outside today, still make sure they have the sunscreen on. Temperatures will push into the low 80s, and the sun will actually become a little more predominant as we go through the afternoon and into the early evening. Tonight, mostly clear, comfortable. Humidity, not a problem tonight. Down to 59 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, but again, not going to notice much humidity tomorrow. We'll make it to 84 degrees. Very seasonal for this time of the year, but the humidity will really start to increase second half of the week. Put together the humidity forecast for you. We're actually going to be relatively comfortable into Wednesday, and then notice the rise in the humidity heading toward the weekend. So a hot and sticky weekend, and with that, the chance of some showers and thunderstorms, although most areas will pick up a ½ inch or less of rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 91 on Wednesday, and again, humidity starts to come back up during the day Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, a couple afternoon thunderstorms, highs near 92 both days, and it will be increasingly humid as we hit the second half of the week. And how about this hot, humid weekend? A couple thunderstorms possible Saturday and Sunday. Many dry hours, but keep in mind, afternoon and evening, best chance of a storm. High temperature both days near 94.
A first-of-its-kind adoption in Allegheny County, how a little girl finally found her forever home.
Plus, the teenager who gave his life to save 2 women stuck in the ocean.
Channel 11 Morning News brings you what's happening now.
Tonight at midnight, new rules go into effect for Allegheny County bars and restaurants.
Indoor dining and drinking is banned for at least another 2 weeks.
What's new?
We just got brand new information from that fire scene we've been talking about.
And what's next?
Kennywood and Sandcastle are ready to open. Everyone is welcome on Monday.
The heat index this afternoon, 95 to 100 degrees.
Count on Channel 11 News for live coverage every morning. Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
A scary situation unfolded in Ohiopyle. A person jumped out of their raft just moments before it went over the falls yesterday. Emergency workers were called to help the rafter get out of the river. A teenager gave his own life to save 2 women from rip currents along the Jersey shore. He rushed to help the women stuck in the Atlantic Friday night. They were caught in rough waters brought by Tropical Storm Faye. The 18-year-old pushed the women toward land, putting himself in harm's way and sacrificing his own life.
He's a hero, but it's so horrible. I mean, you don't really think of these kinds of things happening.
Nearly 24 hours after a search began involving Coast Guard helicopters and police boats, the New York teen's body was found.
The Allegheny County Courthouse held its first virtual adoption. The Garrity family says the virtual ceremony was 2 years in the making. Heidi Garrity says the connection between her family and Maddie was immediate. Maddie started out as friends with Heidi's son, but Heidi found out that Maddie needed more than just a friend. And when the court system shut down, the ceremony had to be put on hold.
I just feel like all that weight and all that stress and anxiety that I had for the past 2 years, being in the system was just like lifted off.
There are many kids and teens in the foster care system in need of a forever home. The Garritys say if you're thinking about adopting, do your research, see if it's right for you.
It's dangerous, and I was fighting to keep my parents from going.
She tried to cancel her beach trip after coronavirus hit, but ran into trouble. What you can do to cleanly cancel your vacation rental.
Plus another ripple effect, how the lockdowns and work from home orders are causing problems for shoppers.
When news is happening near you, Channel 11 is there.
Aliquippa, Coraopolis, Moon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, Butler. For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Beaver County.
The number of new coronavirus cases reported in Allegheny County is below 100 for the first time in 2 weeks.
That's right. The health department says it has learned of 71 new cases since yesterday, but there is sometimes a lag in reporting the new cases from over the weekend. The county still hit a milestone with more than 5,000 positive test results since March 14th, when the first cases were reported. Another number we're closely monitoring is hospitalizations. 6 more people were admitted to the hospitals since yesterday.
The state health department is reporting 16 new cases in Westmoreland County. The county now has more than 1,000 cases. 8 new cases were reported in both Beaver and Butler counties, 7 new cases in Washington, and 6 new cases in Fayette County. For now, residents of Vandergrift will have to find a new way to beat the heat. The Joseph A. Petrarca pool is closed temporarily due to an employee possibly being exposed to COVID-19. The borough tells the Trib the case is not confirmed, but they shut down just to be on the safe side. The pool plans to reopen once the test results come back.
Part of the county's plan to slow the spread of COVID begins with restaurants and bars. Indoor dining remains shut down. Outdoor dining reopened on Friday, but owners say it's still tough going. The owner of DeLuca's in the Strip told Channel 11 News they're at the mercy of Mother Nature. If it rains, they risk losing a day's worth of business.
I'm getting a handful outside and I'm getting some takeouts, but it's just not enough to make the bills.
In Westmoreland County, businesses are seeing different hardships. Many of their customers don't even know they're open. It was reported that Governor Wolf was going to announce a potential new order that would impact restaurants and bars there. Well, he didn't, but people were anticipating it.
We're not sure whether our doors should be open in the morning, whether somebody's going to come and say at 12:01 in the evening you're supposed to close the doors.
One restaurant owner telling us it's been a struggle to satisfy safety rules because they're constantly changing.
Coronavirus has forced a lot of families to cancel their vacation plans, and that could turn into a major ordeal if you've paid thousands of dollars for a vacation rental and a company refuses to give you a refund. 11 Investigates' Angie Moreski shows us what you can do to try to get your money back.
Just as so many of us are longing for fun in the sun, coronavirus is turning many summer vacation destinations like Florida and the Carolinas into COVID hotspots to avoid.
I just don't think it's safe.
Pam Oliverio went through a beach rental company for a vacation home in Hilton Head, South Carolina, with 20 members of her family.
Just look at the front of this spectacular home.
Right on the beach, it cost thousands of dollars for a week this summer. But with COVID spiking, they contacted the company to try and cancel.
It's dangerous, and I was fighting to keep my parents from going. They're 2 84-year-old people that were going to get on a plane.
She says the company gave them the runaround and wouldn't give them a refund.
We said, roll it over till next July. You can keep our money. Well, that really wasn't an option.
So what are your options? First, read the cancellation policy in your contract to see if you're entitled to a refund. Even if you're not, try to work something out with the business. If that fails, you can file a complaint with the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office for help.
And what we do is enter into a voluntary process with the business and the consumer and try and come up with a resolution between the parties.
There's no guarantee, but Frash says they are often successful.
We are seeing that businesses are trying to be reasonable for the most part because they want to keep their goodwill with their customers and have them come back in the future.
You can also dispute the charges if you paid with a credit card, file suit if you get no resolution, and be sure to write an online review about your experience. With time running out before their trip, Pam's family decided to take the risk and still go to Hilton Head, but she is not going.
I think it's too dangerous. And I don't want to come back and quarantine for 2 weeks.
She just hopes it's not a vacation her family will regret. Angie Moreski, Channel 11 News.
People in Allegheny County can now apply for rent relief under the CARES Act. That's the Coronavirus Relief Act Congress passed back in the spring. The county will receive more than $22 million for the program, which runs through the state. Renters will get up to $750 per month per household for a maximum of 6 months. The county will match that and will provide $200 per month for utility and court costs. And here's the key, though. It all depends on how much money you are making. People who apply for the program must have a household income at or below the levels you see on your screen there. You also have to prove your income has fallen 30% since March 1st or that you're unemployed because of COVID-19. Landlords who lost rental income because of the pandemic can also get help from this program.
Many museums were forced to turn to online tours and virtual classes, but now they're working back in-person visits, and it's going to have new safety measures in place. Sarah Dalif has more.
Once a hotspot for selfies, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa is now gazing upon much smaller and socially distanced admirers. The Louvre in Paris is one of many museums worldwide figuring out how to safely reopen its doors to visitors.
Museums are places where you leave the world you know behind and you enter a new world.
In Washington, D.C., the International Spy Museum's Safe and Stealthy campaign gives every visitor their own stylist to manipulate digital interactive exhibits. Capacity is limited and masks are required.
We have a whole website on preparing for your visit. This is also a spy skill. Operational planning is really important. You don't want to go on any mission without knowing what you're going to be in for.
Monterey Bay Aquarium is using social media to give patrons glimpses inside. Their reopening was postponed after cases in the county increased.
We absolutely want to get back to doing what we do best, which is inspiring ocean conservation. But we want to make sure that we're doing it in a way that's safe.
New measures will include timed tickets, hand sanitizing stations, and one-way paths. The touch pools will still be off limits, but outdoor spaces like the tide pool deck are ready and waiting.
People are going to be able to see, usually whales and otters and birds, seals, sea lions, all right there. And they have not been sheltering in place.
Reopening the doors to beloved museums and the exploration and imagination they inspire. Sarah Dalif, NBC News.
And Pittsburgh's 4 Carnegie museums are open. You can reserve your timed tickets online. The Heinz History Center has also opened its doors. It's asking guests to buy tickets online as well.
Well, a mix of sun and clouds today.
Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh has his forecast for us in Severe Weather Center 11. Scott.
Yeah, pretty good looking afternoon. Just a couple of sprinkles out there right now, and temperatures very comfortable. No high heat, no humidity today. We're 76 in Pittsburgh, 73 in Washington. I have live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar powered up. We've had a couple of sprinkles pop in a few locations, but not many, and most of the afternoon will be just isolated showers. Look at the dew point forecast. When the dew points are in the 50s, the air is not humid. That's what it's going to feel like rest of the day today and into this evening. So still a decent pool day, just not an overly hot day today. Heat and humidity do return by the middle of the week. I'm tracking how much of the second half of the week is going to be wet. Full forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
Fewer people used their phones to get directions last week. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it might be. Why it could be a warning sign.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson, and we've been bringing you a special version of Local Steals and Deals, where we shine a spotlight on amazing companies and their passionate founders. Small businesses really are the backbone of America, and we need them to thrive now more than ever. With Local Steals and Deals, we bring you exclusive offers from these brands on products that make your life safer, brighter, and more fun at a time when we all really need it. Join us in making a difference. Simply pick up your phone and text USA to 65,000 to learn more.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news in Westmoreland County.
Data from Apple Maps shows a slowdown in requests for driving directions, and it could be a warning sign. After a sharp decline in March, requests for directions steadily increased in the U.S., but they dropped last week. Experts say it could be one indicator of how the economy will turn because it helps get a sense of how much people are moving around to do things like travel, shop, dine, and go to work.
Have you had some trouble with customer service lately or getting in contact with someone to help?
Our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, tells us it could be a sign of the times.
Consumers are having a lot more problems with customer no service than normal, with so many people not at work because of coronavirus shutdowns in different places around the U.S., and especially with talking to customer service. Call centers that are outside the United States that may be closed right now, getting to someone to solve a problem is extra difficult. Now, there are a few strategies I've found that will help. One in particular is if you're active on social media, complaining about a problem you're having with a company on social media will actually give you the greatest chance of getting results. The second best thing is engaging in online chats. But generally, the most ineffective thing to do is write a very long email complaining bitterly about your experience. It's not really going to be read. Be polite when you talk to somebody, and be careful that you don't look like you're just a complainer. Be very specific about the problem you're having and how you want it solved, whichever way you try to reach somebody at a company to make a difference for your wallet. I'm Clark Howard.
Kids have been out of school since March. Next, how what they're doing with all that time off could lead to health risks.
Plus less humidity today, but I'm still pinpointing which neighborhoods could pick up a quick shower.
Channel 11 Morning News brings you weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
Let me get you prepared for the week.
Now we've expanded our weather to help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m. WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking news.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Too much screen time. The COVID outbreak has resulted in a sharp rise of stuck-at-home children who are doing something that could lead to long-lasting damage physically and mentally. Details from NBC's Chris Clackham.
Be it smartphones, laptops, or desktops, the COVID crisis has kids in front of either or all more so than ever.
We're seeing in the data that Custodio has gathered since the shutdown and since the whole pandemic started, kids' use has easily doubled.
Forcing parents to find a new balance so that screen time avoids old risk.
We know that especially in children that this can lead to difficulties with sleep patterns, emotional difficulties, behavioral difficulties, academic difficulties at times.
Although the last few weeks of last school year were saved by online classrooms, it's also forced a review of the rules about screen time.
I'm a big proponent, too, of things like device-free dinners.
This is clinical psychologist Dr. Nicole Berkins speaking for the device monitoring app Custodio.
It's important for them to take breaks at least every hour, and for younger kids, every 30 minutes or so.
It's all about getting back to the basics.
No screens in the bedroom, so not before bed or first thing in the morning. No screens at all during meal times, and no screens in the car.
They emit a very high energy blue light.
Another reason to monitor your child's screen time, the amount of blue light coming from the screen.
Now research is showing has some real short and long-term consequences for our eyes.
Especially for the young eyes of children. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Gas prices continue to rise. According to AAA, prices have gone up nationally over the last 2 weeks. Regular rose about 2 cents per gallon for an average of $2.24. The lowest price so far this year was on April 24th. That was $1.98. Statewide, the average is $2.44 a gallon. In Allegheny County and in the city, it's $2.46.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Now, it looks good this afternoon. It feels good this afternoon. That's going to continue the rest of the day today. Live look at our PennDOT cameras. I-79 Bridgeville. Sunshine abounds as you head down I-79 or up I-79 up into the Cranberry area. A little more in the way of some cloud cover. This is one of those days where you get the sun out and then it goes behind the clouds for 10 or 15 minutes. Then the sun comes back out. Reason for it is we've had those cumulus clouds begin to form in the daytime, heating again. We're not talking anywhere with completely overcast skies, just a couple clouds out there. And with that, there have been a few sprinkles on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, but not many. We'll see a stray shower pop in a spot or two this afternoon, but most of the area should be fairly quiet this afternoon into Allegheny County. We're looking pretty good right now. Here's a wider perspective of this, and I want to show you upstream. Once you get into central Michigan, begin to break apart that cumulus cloud cover. That means the air aloft is drier as well, so you're not getting much in the way of clouds to form. That will be the case tomorrow, as we'll see more sunshine tomorrow than we're seeing this afternoon. Really pleasant right now. 75 in Kittanning, 74 in Newcastle, Pittsburgh 76, Waynesburg the only town right now reporting 80 degrees. Most of us will make it into the low 80s this afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock, and plenty of dry hours today, about 14 dry hours. So I'm going to leave 1 hour where you could pick up a shower. If we were to go straight dry air from sunrise to sunset, it would be just about 15 hours worth. I think we do that tomorrow and Wednesday, and then Thursday, scattered showers, maybe a storm. I was just looking at new data heading for the latter part of the weekend. Doesn't look like a ton of rain, just hot and humid with those stray showers and thunderstorms from time to time. Here's Storm Tracker this afternoon, 1:30. A couple showers trying to pop mainly south of Pittsburgh, and they'll continue to push to the south during the course of the afternoon and finally fade away as we head into tonight. So grilling late this afternoon and this evening. It'll be warm, but certainly won't be humid. 79 degrees at 6 p.m., 77 at 7 o'clock. Down to 59 overnight tonight. Very comfortable tomorrow. Sunny, warm, but still not humid tomorrow. The high temperature 84 degrees. So far this year, we have seen 9 90-degree plus days. The average in a given year since 1990 is 7. I think we're going to add to that 9 total second half of the week. 91 on Wednesday, plenty of sunshine. Thursday and Friday, up to 92 degrees. Now, again, there will be a couple of afternoon and evening thunderstorms, but much of the daylight hours will be dry Thursday, Friday. Same deal for the weekend, too. It will be hot. It will be humid. Pop-up shower or storm from time to time, but again, far more dry hours than wet right through the weekend.
Thanks, Scott. Baseball memorabilia from one of the biggest collections ever assembled is up for auction. It belonged to a North Jersey man nicknamed Uncle Jimmy. He wasn't a millionaire. He was a blue-collar worker and a lifelong fan who recently passed away. Uncle Jimmy collected baseball cards, autographs, ticket stubs, and more. Nobody's sure how much it's all worth yet, but the auction house in Lancaster County says just one 1933 Babe Ruth card signed by Ruth sold for $130,000.
Wow. Everything is changing. The future of shopping malls once we put coronavirus behind us. And now here's the local Steals and Deals, Lisa Robertson.
Hey, Lisa Robertson here with Local Steals and Deals. Here's my question. Don't you love it when somebody really likes you? Guess who really likes you? Wrinkles Schminkles. This is a high-end beauty line, and we offered their original concept that we love on Local Steals and Deals. Silicone patches, high-end active ingredients. You sleep in them overnight, your skin looks amazing, right? They loved your enthusiasm so much, that they're doing something for us they're not doing for anyone else. They're offering us the chance to get their new Infuse Fast masks for 30% off. Nobody else can do that. So this is a new kind of concept from them. We have the patches, you sleep in them, they're great, but sometimes you're going, hey, I need a quick pick-me-up. I need something fast. I need to go out to dinner. I need to get a picture. My skin is just looking tired. I don't have all night. I only have 20 minutes. All you have to do with these Infuse Fast masks is, on clean skin, put the mask on your décolletage or put the mask on your face, take 20 minutes of Zen, wake up to glowing and beautiful, because I, of course, would take a little cat nap in that 20 minutes. You can meditate, do whatever you want to do. These are high-end active ingredients. It's not a little placebo. It's not a kitty mask. It's not a little blah, blah, blah. These are high-end active ingredients, chock full of high-end active ingredients. These are things like hyaluronic acid to hydrate. These are things like vitamins to brighten. This is, the face is actually going to have marine collagen. You get the idea. These are high-end, beautifully done. Biocellulose masks, they biodegrade completely, but in that 20 minutes, boom, they put all the good stuff in. Instead of giving someone an appointment, a gift card to an appointment to a facial, they're not going to have time to rearrange their life and go. Give them 20 minutes of fabulous. And because you're getting 30% off here, which you can't get anywhere else, get one of each and have your face and your décolletage look amazing at the same time. So brand new concept here with Local Steals and Deals. Nowhere else at 30% off. Localsteals.com.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m. sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
A Brazilian couple is going to great lengths to protect themselves against the threat of coronavirus. Check this out. They are wearing full